All right, everyone, we're back here now, live again from the concealedcarry.com broadcast booth covering USCCA Expo 2018, and it is our pleasure to next interview the big man himself of United States Concealed Carry Association, Tim Schmidt. How you doing, sir?
Gentlemen, I'm doing fantastic. As you can imagine, I'm just ecstatic at the turnout so far and just the amazing amount of booths and great organizations like yours who've decided to come. So I'm just tickled pink.
Yeah. People are really starting to roll in now.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah.
Your team is just so stellar too. I mean, we've been here since yesterday morning, and just a lot of hard work goes into this. And it's wonderful that people come, they get to enjoy it, but they don't see all the behind-the-scenes stuff that happens to make this happen.
Oh, no, that's so true. It's amazing how much time and energy goes into pulling something like this off. And I'm sure that some of my staff, they'll probably be listening to this, or maybe they're listening to it right now, and they're like, he doesn't even know half of what goes into it, which is probably true. But I mean, needless to say, I'm so grateful for all of the time and energy that goes into this. And, heck, I'm grateful for all the fantastic responsible gun owners who've traveled from some very, very far away to attend. So it's a lot of gratitude and excitement right here.
Yeah.
For sure.
Now, Tim, this is we're in Kentucky right now. Last year, talk a little bit about the history of the Expo. I guess what I want to know, where did we start? Kind of how's it grown? Where we been?
No, that's a good question. So, 4 years ago, the very first one was in little old West Bend, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And the reason it was in West Bend was because that's where we're located.
Yeah.
So we figured, hey, we're going to try this thing, and let's do it in our own backyard. And we actually had a fantastic attendance. Maybe we had 50 or 60 vendors, displaying all their holsters and accessories, and even a few gun companies showed up, the smaller ones. And it was a great success. So then we moved down to Atlanta, Georgia, and took it to the next level. And then last year was Fort Worth, Texas, and of course this year Louisville. So this has by far been the biggest, baddest, largest event that we've had. And I mean, already on Friday afternoon, I can't believe how many people are here.
Yeah, it just keeps getting bigger and better. Yeah, and it is. I mean, we had to kind of fight through a crowd just to get back into the booth here just a second ago. So it's pretty wild. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we tell me if I'm wrong, Tim, but is it official next year's location?
Yes, next year is going to be in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
In May.
I believe so, yeah. I'm not sure the exact dates, but somebody smarter than me will know that date.
So there you have it, 2019 Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Be there or be square.
That's right. Well, this is really amazing. For those who have not been able to travel to one of these events yet, and know that obviously you guys go to some effort to move these around the country so that everybody gets an opportunity to come. So if you haven't had a chance to come yet, know that it's probably coming to you soon, and we really hope that you make the effort to make it.
Yeah. What was the inspiration behind the very first USCCA Expo?
Well, so as corny as this may sound, but if you ask a lot of the members, they'll agree that the USCCA is as much of a family as it is an association, and we just wanted to give people a chance to be able to connect with other fellow members, and we also consider the folks that run the USCCA as part of that family as well. And so it's so neat to see some of our members. They'll show up, they'll be like, "Man, I remember talking to you on the phone," and so it's really almost like this big family reunion. And I realize that sounds a little corny, but that's really what it is. And and we all stay in the same hotels for the weekend, and we're all trading stories about, hey, look at this cool gun I bought, or check out this new holster, this new company that's displaying, and so that's what we wanted to provide an outlet for our customers, our members, to meet one another and just further, have a great experience.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And it's interesting too, because there's a handful of events out there for firearm owners. But this one really set the stage for an event dedicated to kind of self-defense and concealed carry and those things that really are what we're all about.
Yeah, exactly. And you're right. There's all sorts of great shows. I mean, the NRA convention, or the annual meeting as they call it, that's a great thing to go to. But you're right. It's not strictly focused on self-defense. And that's why I think the USCCA Expo is so special, because, I mean, every single thing here has something to do with self-defense, self-protection, and quite frankly, if it's not here, it probably is not all that important in the self-defense world, because they're all here.
That's right.
Hopefully I didn't ruffle too many feathers there.
Don't worry, we'll hold off the hate mail. Yeah.
Well, and the event keeps growing year over year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So can you tell us a little bit about? I mean, how many people did you have in attendance? Do you think at the first expo?
So the very first expo, I think there were about 1,500.
Yep.
And pretty much every year it's pretty much doubled in size. So 1,500, 3,000, 6,000. I believe this year we're expecting 10 to 11,000 people.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that's
Yeah.
pretty exciting.
Yeah.
And we picked the venue location based on the amount of current USCCA members we have in the area. Another important component, I'm sure you guys, this will make sense, but it's actually a little bit challenging to find a venue as well as a bunch of hotels that are completely fine with people carrying concealed.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, because it would be insane to have a concealed carry expo where you couldn't carry a gun.
Yeah.
Well, and certainly that's on your radar because we've now seen just in the last month or two Dallas. Looking at the NRA convention and kind of going, no, we're not sure we want you in our town.
Yeah, that's too bad. And it's really too bad because if you actually look at the facts and take the emotion out of it,
Yep.
I guarantee you that in a 300-mile radius, this is the safest building to be in.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. If you were to make a list of the cities that you could guarantee that the USCCA Expo will never be in, I mean, it's going to start with New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco.
Yep. It's pretty easy to come up with that list. Yeah, they don't want us there.
For sure.
Tim, I wanted to ask you, last year you guys launched the new Elite membership, which, as far as I'm concerned, has been very well received. I see a lot of people are Elite members. In fact, here at the Expo, Elite members were able to get into the event an hour earlier before everybody else,
right?
Which is kind of a nice touch.
Yeah.
But I'd love to hear, I don't think we've really talked to you since that launch. As I recall, we talked to you on day one of the launch.
Correct.
And so I'd love to hear, what's happened, what are you seeing, what's the reception like for Elite level?
Yep. So I mean, I'll start with the reason that we launched the Elite level is because essentially it came from our members, our customers. I mean, they were telling us, gosh, you guys, if you had a higher level, we would do that. And trust me, going back to our insurance partners and getting them to underwrite such a huge addition, I mean, that was a lot of work. Not to mention, significant financial risk on our part. But ultimately, the customer is what rules the day. And so we rolled that out, and I would say roughly about 23 to 24% of new members that come in are going for the Elite level. So that's perfect. That's kind of where you want it to be, and I'm super proud of the team that put all of that together, and it's been a great success.
Yeah. We've been. I upgraded my membership right away, and it's really been fun to kind of to receive those benefits and know that I'm covered in a huge way relative to before.
Over $2 million per incident.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, you plan on getting a whole bunch of incidents, right?
Well, I mean,
that's the point of insurance, right?
We, none of us want that. I know you're joking, but that's a great point.
Right.
And we truly are pioneers in the liability insurance industry because nobody else does it that way. And it's exciting to be that pioneer, and ultimately that's kind of part of the culture of the USCCA is we're always pushing the envelope, always trying to make it a better experience for our members.
And you are a legitimate insurance company now. I mean, if I understood correctly, when we were at your headquarters just a month or two ago, you've got folks at your office that are getting certified as...
Well, yep. So one of the things as the USCCA has gotten larger, we've certainly gotten a lot more scrutiny. So every single state in the country, in our country, has their own individual insurance commissions and their own individual insurance regulations. Now, it's kind of like concealed carry permits. I mean, they're all similar, but nonetheless, they're all each individual entities. And so it's really important to us to be on the cutting edge in terms of compliance, right? And so we are going to the end of the earth to make sure that we're compliant in every single state. To the extent that because we actually don't sell individual insurance policies, we technically don't need to be certified insurance agents. We simply sell a membership that has an insurance benefit. However, every single one of our member service agents is certified to sell insurance in every state of the country.
Right.
Yeah.
All 50 states.
Right. And that's what I was trying to get at, which I think is remarkable. The effort you're going to encourage, that from your employees. But not only that, I mean, you got an award-winning customer service team.
Yes, we do.
And, I mean, they're fantastic.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. When I give tours of our headquarters, of the USCCA headquarters in West Bend, Wisconsin, my favorite part, now, for the folks of you, or for the USCCA employees who aren't in this department, I apologize. But my favorite part to take people through is our member service area. I mean, it's just this giant open area of literally over 100 people that all they're doing is they're taking phone calls, they're responding to emails, they're responding to chats, they're responding to social media posts, and they're all full-time employees. They're all pro-Second Amendment, pro-gun people. They live right in West Bend, Wisconsin, and it's not like you're talking to somebody in India who's never touched a gun in their life. And I'll tell you, if you want to get the heartbeat, the pulse of the USCCA, you just walk through that room, and it's just. I just gave myself goosebumps.
Yeah, no, and I know exactly what you're getting at, because I think the first time we walked into your new headquarters there, seeing what you've put together was. Frankly, it was way more awesome than I expected, and I hate to not give you credit, but I mean, we walked in, it was just like,
it was inspiring.
Wow, like this is real, something special, that's for sure.
Oh wow, I'm glad you felt that way.
And you've got also, I mean, so there's your core customer service people, obviously, right? One thing I'm sure that would be very reassuring to someone that's evaluating whether to purchase a membership or not would be knowing what to expect if they are, heaven forbid, in that situation where they've just had to draw or use their gun. What can they expect when they call that emergency hotline? And you've got what is your critical incident team?
Critical response team.
Yep. So that's a great question, because so many people they're concerned about that, but they don't ever want to experience it. Right. But unfortunately, every once in a while it does happen, and more so than you'd think. But literally, it's just like we talk about, where it's literally one phone number, and then everything is taken care of. So one of our critical response team members will take that call. So you're not going to be on hold. You're not going to be put in. There's no press one.
It's like the bat phone.
It literally is. It's like the bat phone, and they will be on the phone with one of our almost 900 pro-Second Amendment criminal and civil defense attorneys all across the country. About 500 of those same attorneys, or actually I think it's closer to 600, are also on call 24/7. So they're going to set you up with the attorney. Of course, if you need one. If you already have your own attorney, that's fine. Then they're going to, if you're in a situation where you've already been incarcerated and there's going to be a bail hearing, we've got bail bondsmen in every single state. I mean, there's a huge team of people that move into action for that member that has to make that phone call.
Yeah. Wow. Well, if you're not already running with the bat phone, terminology, I'm just saying that would work really well. I think you should start calling it the bat phone.
You know what? I like that, Jacob.
Yeah, it's the bat phone. It's like it's ringing. Like grab it and let's get this game on. Yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's really exciting. So Tim, you guys are always working on tons of new stuff. We're going to, later throughout the show, we're going to talk to some other people that are working with you guys, a couple of your members of your team, some partners. But we would love to hear if there's anything you want to share about things that are upcoming, things that people can expect from the USCCA.
Sure. Well, so one of the things that I've committed to in terms of a business strategy, an association strategy, is to always come up with a bigger, better, badder experience for our customers. And when I say that, I mean just continual improvement. I mean, continually improving your product or the way your customers experience is really one of the ultimate business strategies. So every single June of every single year, we completely revamp the Self-Defense Shield benefits. So that'll be coming out. Obviously, it's not June yet, but we're on the way there.
Getting close.
And I mean, we've also really invested a lot of time and energy and money into our self-defense training instructor curriculum. So we're coming up with all sorts of new curriculums. Ultimately, what these curriculums do is they support our over 2,000 instructors and ultimately support their business because it gives them more good training and classes to teach.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And me and Riley are among those 2,000 now.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, well, instructors and training counselors.
That's right. We got that done.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, we do have a small group of essentially the elite of our training instructors, which you guys are, the training counselors, and I certainly appreciate you guys being part of that.
Yeah, so
it is our honor.
Anyone who's watching, it's really easy to go to the USCCA website. You can really quickly look for instructors near you. If you want to become an instructor, it's also really easy on that website to look and find training counselors near you, and you can schedule those classes and get engaged.
I've already gotten phone calls from people.
I've had people stop by the booth who wanted to want to become instructors.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. That's the way it's supposed to work.
I was shocked. I was like, well, I guess we're up on the website already.
I guess we better start teaching. Yeah, I just barely got that done. Yeah. So the demand is there.
That's great.
Good.
That's great.
So that's exciting, Tim. I'm glad to hear that because I think you know, looking at the curriculums out there, and this is something that we deal with as a company as well. You know, people probably for a long time have felt we struggle with really two problems. One problem is that we have to convince the consumer that they need more training than what the government says, right? And then the second problem is we actually have to have a product to give those people.
Right.
When they say, okay, yeah, you're right. I guess I'd love to have more instruction now.
Yep.
Then we have to say, oh, you're on board? Okay, then here.
Yeah.
Right. And we have to have something to give them.
Yeah. That's a great point. That's a great point. And ultimately, that's what we're trying to do. And it's a never-ending mission because, I mean, as a responsibly armed citizen, you really never should stop learning, right? I mean, you need to continue to train, continue to educate yourself, and I mean, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
So it's a lifestyle. It's not something you just press the button once and you're done.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, and I certainly think that's part. I mean, whether this is true or not, but the way I see it, that would seem to be part of the goal of having an expo like this, bringing together this many like-minded people to just further educate, inspire, help, them be more responsible American gun owners.
Exactamundo.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
Game on.
Have you had much chance to walk the floor so far?
You know, we rolled in a couple hours ago, and I've had a chance to talk to a few booths, but I'm blown away at the new number of booths. I heard that there's about 160 different companies that are represented here, and gosh, I think last year there was maybe just 100. So
that's huge.
You know,
that's a big deal.
Do a little math. That's 60% more, or whatever, some amount more.
Sure.
Anything that you've walked by that you've just kind of thought to yourself, I got to go back and check that out, or hey, that's really cool, or
well, the first thing that jumped out at me is that Ruger has just a fantastic booth, and I mean, it's just great to see a big, awesome company like them, and then Sig as well. Sig's got a great booth. In terms of like other cool accessories, I haven't had a chance to really dig in, but I've seen things like, wait a second, I've never seen that product before, and that thing looks really cool. So hopefully I'll have a chance to check all of them out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tim, I know you're a busy guy.
Yeah.
And I think we'll be connecting again here soon. So tomorrow, I think.
Sounds good. Jacob Riley, guys, thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Always a pleasure, my friend.